This is your Barbados Today morning news update for Tuesday, June the 19th. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, Barbados has abolished the existing visa requirement for Haitian nationals entering this country. Minister of Home Affairs Edmund Hinkson told Barbados Today last evening that the requirement is illegal, explaining that Haiti is a member of CARICOM and is therefore exempted from such a rule.
If Haiti is a member of CARICOM and the Treaty of Chaguaramas speaks towards non-discrimination and equal treatment, how can you have put on visa requirements on Haitians? I mean, why do we do this to our own people? People of similar color to us. Just because they're Haitians? It was absolutely contrary to the Treaty of Chaguaramas, to the written word and to the spirit of it. So like I said on Saturday when I heard that, I must admit I was shocked.
Minister Hinkson also revealed that his ministry has been mandated by Prime Minister Mia Mottley to prepare a white paper on immigration reform that promotes a deepening of regional integration.
Yeah, we're going to look clearly at reforming the immigration legislation of Barbados as well as the policies of it. Clearly, our Immigration Act is outdated. I mean, I just can give you examples. In the schedule to the Immigration Act, it still speaks about imbeciles and mentally and physically handicapped persons being prohibited from coming into Barbados. Clearly, we have to look at reform of the Act. So, yeah, we're going to look at that. We've been mandated to look at that. I mean, you would have heard Prime Minister Gonzalez say, a week ago, I think he was reported in the press 2 weekends ago that Barbados and Trinidad are the worst culprits in terms of offending, the Treaty of Chaguaramas in terms of how we treat the CARICOM nationals.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Mottley told Eastern Caribbean heads of government in St. Lucia yesterday evening that CARICOM citizens must no longer be treated like prisoners of war while in transit at each other's ports of entry. Mottley, who was invited to the OEECS conference as a special guest, said the issue of citizens being prohibited from leaving airports while in transit for more than 2 hours is a priority which the leaders must address.
I am conscious that wherever I go in the Eastern Caribbean, there are those who are concerned about the manner in which they're allowed to move within our ports of entry, and in particular also my own. And that with respect to those who are traveling in transit, the inability to be able to clear immigration if you are there for longer than 2 hours continues to be of major concern to many of our citizens. It makes no sense.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back with news from the region now. Incoming chairman of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, Prime Minister Ralph Gonzalez of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, wants Barbados to scrap its passport requirement for OECS nationals coming to Bridgetown. Addressing the 65th meeting of the sub-region in St. Lucia last evening, Gonzalez also suggested a sharing of judges between Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean.
We can travel within the OECS on a ID card, a picture ID. And one of the things we'd like Mia to help us with is that when we're passing through Barbados to transit, we must be able to use our ID rather than requiring a passport, in addition to the other things which you have spoken about. because I must say this, everything that Didicus has said, everything that Mia and Alan have said, I've adopted, and I call them my own. I'm making illustrations and seeking to add value to the discussion.
On the international scene now, U.S. President Donald Trump said on Monday he would not allow the United States to become a migrant camp as his administration faced a barrage of criticism for separating immigrant children from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border.
Facing mounting outrage over the separation of families at the U.S.-Mexico border, President Donald Trump on Monday refused to back down and intensifying his effort to pin the blame on Democrats.
And I say it's very strongly the Democrats' fault. Their obstruction.
Trump blaming the Democrats even though his party controls both chambers of Congress, pressuring the opposition to support an immigration bill that could come up for a vote this week. The administration's policy has drawn fierce criticism from Democrats and a growing number of Trump's fellow Republicans, who describe it as an inhumane way to deter illegal immigration. Trump also pointing a finger on Twitter Monday at Germany. In a series of tweets, Trump falsely claiming crime is on the rise in Germany due to Chancellor Angela Merkel's open-door policy toward refugees.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.